And hello, everybody. Nice to see you. It's Trish Carr, and I'm here again with another episode of Be Real, Get Real on the Women's Prosperity Network. Yes, Women's Prosperity Network. I like it. I think we sound like on the Women's Prosperity Network. That's what I'm going to say from now on. I love that.
Yeah.
I hope you are all having a beautiful day today, whether you are watching live or whether you are catching us on a replay. I'm so glad that you came here today, and I know that you're going to be so glad too, because we are going to talk about something that makes a difference for all of us, and that's about money, money, money. You know, we titled this, my guest today, and I can't wait to introduce you to her. She said, let's call it, I don't have a problem with money. I have a problem without it. And I thought that was great because isn't that the truth? When I have it, things are wonderful. When I don't have it, things get a little different. So we're going to talk today with this fabulous woman. And let me tell you, this person is someone who has really made a huge difference in my own life personally. She is a financial services consultant. Now, wait, don't hang up yet. Don't go away. Don't go, okay, I'm closing my laptop. No, no, no. She's a financial consultant, but her business is all about dreaming better. Her business is all about finding you ways that you can make money while you sleep, that you can build your wealth. And she makes it so easy and simple. So stay with me. She does have the concrete of being a financial services consultant, a background and she's degreed in finance and accounting. She's also got the other side of it in the spiritual world. She's a Reiki master. She's an EFT, which I think is emotional freedom technique. You all know this better than I do. And Tao hands, which is another technology that is used in the spiritual energy world, because aren't we all energy? So we're getting the best of left brain and right brain with our fabulous guest today. And that is, please help me welcome the fantastic, the awesome Filomena Day. Yay, Filomena. So happy to have you with me today.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I really have been honored this week because I wasn't expecting this. I just found out Tuesday night that Stephanie Pimentel texted me and said, "Oh, you have a guest appearance on Be Real and Get Real on Friday. This is Tuesday night." I'm thinking, did I miss something? Like, oh,
She
goodness.
probably booked it a year ago.
Well, who remembers that? So I for a split second I almost said, "Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do that this time around." I mean, I was just returning from another 10-day pleasure trip. My pleasure trip with business.
Yes,
And
pleasure. Did you get that, everybody?
pleasure,
She goes on pleasure trips. I love that.
pleasure trip. Because some of the things that I do require me to say yes right away. So historically, I've said yes. Clients want me to come to Maine. Sure, I can do that. Let's fit it all in. And it's all about balance, isn't it? We're always
Yes,
balancing.
yes.
So I thought, well, how can I fit that in? Where can I fit that in? So Friday, the 17th, it's like, well, I can fit that in. I can probably get ready tomorrow, which was Wednesday. I said, okay, put everything together for my promo that thank God Stephanie sent the flyer. She had it
Mm.
all done, put up. I said, okay, I'll just put it out, even though there was an error in a day. It said Wednesday the 17th. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
catch
so
it.
funny.
One of my own colleagues and a coaching colleague caught it, and I said, "Oh well, people will know. It's fine."
Of
You
course.
get used to things happening for a reason. So at least people were looking at it. And historically, I've always said yes more often than I've said no, which is why everything that's happened for me has always shown itself to be a blessing. And so was that day that I'm talking about, where I regained my composure. It was March 26th of 2015, and
So
it
this
was
was
about a
this was a day that literally shifted everything in your life.
it
And
shifted
when
it
you
back on
shifted,
course.
God, yes, and that's how you became the shift coach because it's all about the shift.
Well, ironically, I was already being called the shift coach. The day before March 26th, which was March 25th, I was meeting with my branding coaches. And for an hour and a half, we were trying to figure out how to rebrand myself as from the bucket list coach, where I used to say, let's fill your bucket before you kick it. And then they came up with, husband and wife coaches came up with, well, you really help people shift, because
Yeah.
shift was success happens initially from feelings and thoughts. Oh, I'm the shift coach. Okay. Well, that was all going to start relaunching my coaching practice, because I was getting out of this horrible dilemma. I will call it that, but it did work in my favor. It was debt. It was a, a misjudgment of a business partner. I
Mm.
thought his intentions were to build a real solid business, and instead he was just filtering money wherever he wanted, and it was to my detriment. Well,
Yeah.
that's okay. You know, it was an account receivable. I can handle that on my financial statement. I'm used to seeing uh, bigger net worth. I've always had enough net worth. So I wasn't used to this debt that I was carrying because of this situation that I found myself in. So I really wasn't prepared to live through the debt. I was always telling people how to get out of debt.
Right.
And the shift happened so instantaneously after the day, March 26th, when I picked up the phone and I find out that someone was calling me, and I find out that my brother decided he was not going to be on this earth anymore.
Oh.
And it threw me, I was shocked. You know, I went through the whole 5 stages of denial, which is now 7, by the way. Shock is one of those now. Um, I was shocked, but I had just spoken to him on Sunday, and this was a Friday. And I said, gee, Sam, I wish I could help you get out of your debt, because I am just struggling now to get a way to get out of my own debt that I hadn't been used to. I'd always had plenty of money. I always had plenty of dough. You know, as a baker's daughter, we always had plenty of dough in the family. And I knew since I was 16 how to take care of books, accounting. You know, I was doing the accounting for my family's bakery pizzeria. And because I knew the tax code, I knew there was a way out of any kind of financial crisis. I helped many people get out of their financial crises. It's like, okay, I had to do it for myself. Well, when I found out that he had left this planet, I'm saying, Sam, I just didn't understand it. I was in shock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used my own internal energy, regrounded myself, saying, okay, this is what you wanted to do. I I am feeling it. However, I have to accept his decision.
Right.
So it's almost as if, you know, when somebody comes in and wants to order something on a menu, they order it. If it hurts you because you're allergic to smelling the fish, well, so be it. You know,
Right.
that's the way you have to accept
Yeah.
whatever is happening around you. So, okay, what can I do? How can I do something that will make me or allow me to regain this happiness that I had before this financial statement went a different direction, before my brother decided that, you know, he didn't want to be around. Well, I had to start this facial expression to bring up the energy in your brain, your hypothalamus, the amygdala on the top of in the brainstem. So I started this soft smile, trying to feel happiness for this person who I don't know how people feel, if they're even feeling anything when they pass. But I had
Right.
to imagine, oh, he's at peace. You know, they always say this, oh, they're at peace now, and they're better on this other, they're in a better place. Who knows that, right?
Right. Nobody knows that.
No, and I'm better day, but we have to go with our faith and say, okay,
Yeah.
I have faith that wherever he is, he's going to be able to come through and give me signs, because I read signs all my life. I've had signs. And actually I digress a little bit, because he did show me his sign in 2021, I was on the phone with my friend and virtual assistant, Maritza from WPN.
Hi,
And
Melissa.
I said, you know what? Sam just came through to me in his own way. It was a vanity plate, ANGLSAM, Angel Sam. And I had just been asking him, Sam, if I'm supposed to do this signing of this lease for this big 1,800 square foot studio in Fitchburg, let me know, because I've got to sign this lease. And it's a beautiful spot. I feel so good at the energy there. Anyone who comes into my studio now, the energy there is so great. And Maritza's on the phone with me. I said, oh my God, Maritza, I just am speechless. Had it not been for that red light, the red light is keeping me, from moving forward. And
Yeah.
there it is. There's the vanity plate on that car. I took a picture of it. And I do take a lot of pictures of signs just to prove that I wasn't dreaming. And I do dream. I dream better. I dream. Most people dream at least 6 years of their life, and they don't know it. But, I've also been a dream guide at the Museum of Science, Boston Museum of Science. Anyways, I digress. I'm going back to March 26th. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you, Sam, for coming through. I'm going to just make everything better. It didn't matter what my financial statement said. I am the same person today as I was when I realized that I wasn't going to get that $500,000 back.
Right. That's a big thing. That's a really big thing to say, you know what? So the money's gone, but I'm still me. I still have my talents. I still have the gifts that I have. Beautiful.
Well, one of those gifts, and you know this about me already, is that I acronymize everything. So acronyms come to me without me wanting them. They just come at me. When I was studying for the CPA exam, I had to learn 13 steps for auditing. And I remember using ML Carr is a very special person. ML, he was a basketball player in Boston.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that it's your last name? My God, I think it's ML Carr. That just came out of me. I don't even remember now if it's true, but every letter was a step.
Yeah, the
planets, right?
Yeah.
When people have to remember the planets, my very eager mother just served us 9 pizzas.
Right.
And I thought, oh, Balaha, it's my aha moment. I can be amazingly loving and happy anyway. Balaha was a trigger phrase that kept saying, Balaha. It pulled me out of such doldrums. It lifted me up. I mean, I stand a lot when I work. I'm physically already feeling higher up when I'm sitting. My back is straight. I just feel better. So when I'm feeling better, I'm thinking, oh, soft smiles. And all of a sudden I start thinking better thoughts, and I'm starting to do better things and get back my energy programs and my personal development programs that I've been asked to teach. I didn't go out initially to go teach. I always thought as a child I wanted to be a teacher, but I became an accountant instead. And yet, professionally, and yet I'm still tutoring and showing people how to make it more fun.
You are a teacher. I learned so much from you about money and how it works. And you have such a way to take things that are complicated and make them simple. What does Balaha mean?
Balaha, be amazingly loving and happy anyway.
Oh,
aha.
Wow.
Aha. Everyone gets these aha moments.
Anyway.
And unless they pinpoint it or put a mark, a check mark on some part of their brain that says, oh, I want to remember this again, so that they can access it quickly. I used to do this program on raising your self-esteem. And I had a jar. I don't have one right now. Well, let's pretend this was a jar of raisins. And I would say, just remember, raisins are so sweet. And being in love is so sweet. And being happy is so sweet in life. It's the la dolce vita, the sweet life. Well, when you have these wonderful feelings that you're just going to remember, you can't remember everything. So put a raisin in a jar. When you have these doldrums happen, I pull out a raisin, and while you are letting it melt on your tongue, you're remembering which one of these raisins helped me raise my energy that day. We don't remember every one of them, but we
Right.
certainly stop long enough. We stop that downward feeling of depression,
Right.
and we get elevated. So, it's just a matter of elevating yourself out of it. Be your own star, be your own coach. I mean, I have this self-coaching kit that I started. It's all because I've been able to do it myself. So I just want to share it with other people to do it. I'd come home from school and show my younger sisters, 3 years younger and 6 years younger, what I learned that day. I was only in third grade, fourth grade. But my mother saw how much fun I had going to school, and that was her disciplinary tool. Well, if you're not a good girl, you can't go to school. What? But it
That's
worked
the
on
opposite of
goodness
everybody else.
It worked for me, and it worked for my daughter. I had her when I was 33. When she was in first and second grade, I would say, well, let me see if that really works. I'd say, Jillian, if you're not good, you're not going to school tomorrow. That's it. Because it was, you have a lot of fun with your friends. First grade, second grade, third grade, maybe third and fourth grade is when you have homework
Yeah.
that you don't want to go to school anymore. They don't make
Right.
it fun. But I
Right.
taught school. I was asked to teach, and I taught third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade, high school. People just asked me to do something, and I'd historically say yes, because it's always easier to say yes.
Well, isn't that what we want to live? We want to live a yes life.
Be
We want
ready.
to be able to say yes, yes.
And Level Up prepared me to do that. So naturally on Tuesday, when Stephanie's text came in, I said, yes,
Of
of
course.
course. I have plenty of those, but what topic am I going to use? I've had more than a handful of situations. They're bad situations. What am I going to choose from? And a song came to me. Some people abuse you. So, some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be abused. That it's just a way to look at things. It's your approach
Yeah.
and your timing, the TNA,
Well,
timing and
I
approach.
totally am in love with Balaha.
Balaha, it happens so quickly. If you can use this, then, and I thought Balaha, I had forgotten. I was already on the another one, Momi Moma,
Yeah, I know that one.
right? Move out of old spaces, move into new places, move on and move ahead. That's what
Move
we do in
on.
real estate. We move out of an old house that doesn't suit us. We move into a new place. And
Yeah.
that's what also I do with people. I make it fun for them to organize their space. And that's what I was doing in Maine this last week, um, helping people getting out of old spaces and into new places. This woman said, when are you coming back? I said, in another month, I have to put her in the schedule. And it's really more fun. Yes, I'm making money with it, but it doesn't even matter. I've done it for free
I
because
know. You're doing, it's when you can do what you love and you do it really well. That's the important thing. The money follows. So, it's all about shifting, knowing that that's the case. You just do what you love, you do it really well, you monetize it. And the other thing is about shifting your relationship with money. So,
exactly.
letting go to allow your money to grow. So, tell me a little bit about the Shift Your Money Maker Mastermind.
Well, I designed it in 2015 after my brother passed, and I said, okay, I'm going to help other people shift their way out of it as well. It's a mastermind that I put out there, and yet it wasn't in the right timing. Again, that timing and attitude. Uh, I I probably had to have more people involved. There wasn't enough of a what would you call it? Interaction. So unless you have interaction, it's kind of hard to have a group.
Yes.
So I let that go and then just did my own clients, one-on-one clients again. So the Shift Your Moneymaker has been instrumental for people, but it isn't what it could be. And I'd like to be able to offer that to more people, shifting their mindset of, money is currency. If it's a tool, then you're not holding on to it. You've got to let it blossom and get out
Right.
there,
You got to let
right?
it flow.
So it flows. It's a currency. And when I was with WPN for many years now, since 2014, in 2020, I decided to get really serious about finding passive income. And the residential real estate development didn't pan out for me, but that was okay. I was still willing to go back into it, real estate. And I looked around, and there just wasn't enough property out there for me. And I didn't have enough. I want to say, I don't want to say I didn't have enough. I had found the people who could help me follow that dream and fund it until I was in a mastermind with um, Jude Davis. And then she introduced me to a program, which was passive income. I got involved. It's still in the back burner because the market hasn't picked up yet. But in the meantime, I had another opportunity to resurrect some coaching programs. And I brought back the FTD again. FTD is, Filomena T Day, feelings, thoughts, and then your deeds. You elevate your feelings, you elevate your thoughts, and then your deeds turn out better.
Right.
So in doing that in 2022, it was my anniversary of my brother's passing. And I thought, well, geez, Sam, here we are another year again, and I'm still not where I wanted to be. And I decided to go into that FTD launch, did a great program. Then Facebook decided in June of 22 that they would restrict the advertising. I said, but I just put in 10 grand into this program. I'm like, okay, well, we found the second platform that you already aware of, the passive income platform. It's been doing so well. I thought, well,
I
thank
know.
God.
I'm like, every week
Thank
I get
God.
an email. You've made this much money in sort of like dividends. I don't think they call it
Well,
that, but
it's interest, it's return on
interest.
investment.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
week
and
it continues to grow. And every week I'm not doing anything except putting in my original investment. So
I'm sleeping.
I'm one of those people, I'm willing to take a risk with a small amount of money to see how it'll work. And then once it works, I'll put in more money. And that's where I am here. And I'm so impressed with what we've been able to accomplish. So I know that there are a lot of people out there, Filomena, who want to make passive income, who want to build real wealth. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, you can always call me 207-777-3232. That's the fastest way. And the 3232 is Fun and Fabulous Adventures, which is what we have on the dial pad, 3232. That phone number has been 30 years for me.
She's like connected. This woman is like, she gets these things, she gets
But it's
balaha.
inspiration. It's just
Yeah,
what
you are
comes out of me.
amazing. Well,
I don't
and
have to.
it's because you're so clear, I think. You're so clear. There's no noise in your head. You're able to manage and shift yourself. Exactly. And that's the key to
Just
life,
like
to
that.
be able to shift out of whatever came your way that sucked your energy, that dropped your emotions. And listen, the loss of your brother, especially the way he went, which was so shocking, you went through it. You're not saying that, oh, I just said Balaha, it was over. No, what you went through it, and when you went through it, what you learned helps other people. So for me,
You froze.
It's Balaha. I love it,
Balaha.
love it.
Well,
Yes.
it's like, namaste. Namaste in Sanskrit. It's one word that if you know that word and you can share it with somebody, you already know that person understands you right away. The
Yes.
spirit in me greets the spirit in you. So it
Yes.
is a powerful word.
Yes.
Words have so much energy and power. I use this, and I don't like to swear, but in Italian, oh gosh, I hope there aren't many people Italian. Ma vaffanculo. That
Oh,
sounds
I
so
know what
beautiful.
that means. Yes, it was beautiful the way you did it.
Sounds
Nobody
so
knew you
beautiful.
were dropping an F-bomb there.
But it sounds so beautiful.
It
So
does.
the words have sound and the words of sound. And if you can hum your way, balaha is so much easier because you don't have to learn the words. What a
Right.
difference a day makes. I used to have that as my signature song since I was 16 years old, man. What a difference a day makes. That was the day, March 26th of 2015. What a difference a day made. I got off the couch literally, where I used to be able to just go from the bed to the couch, put the covers over my head, forget that I was sitting, that outside my window was this lake, Lake Winnipesaukee. It's just gorgeous. I was in such a wonderful place. I've forgotten. I got to blossom where I'm planted. That's what Robert Schuller used to do on the Hour of
Power
Power.
up. Yeah, the hour of power.
And he was my mentor then when I was coming out of this horrible abusive first marriage where the person broke my nose because
Oh gosh.
I woke him up to go to work and broke my nose. Well, isn't that something? Because when I was working at the accounting firm in 1984, my client was the chief rhinoplastic surgeon in Cambridge Hospital in Boston. I went,
Well,
oh, how perfect. I got
aren't
my
you
nose
lucky? You have a beautiful nose.
because I chose this nose. And how many people get to say that?
I just love your energy. It is contagious. Everybody, I really, really urge you to reach out to Filomena. You can reach her through her website, of course, which is betterdays.net, or you can pick up the phone and text or call.
Text would be
Here's the
great.
phone number here. It's 207-777-3232. If you want to take a little bit of money or a lot of money and make more money with it, Filomena is your girl. And the fact that she has this connection to spirit makes me feel really good about working with Filomena. So, Filomena, thank you so much for being with us today and for sharing your story. You know, oftentimes we hear people who go from a woe time to a wow time, and your suggestions on just how to work through it, how to go through it, how to balaha your way out of it with a soft smile. I will always use those techniques. So thank you so much for being with us today. And thank all of you for being with us today. Philomene is a perfect example of getting to know the person behind the business. The more we know about each other, the more we care about each other, the more affinity there is, and the more we really truly want to do business together and we create our own economy, regardless of what's happening in the economy. So, Philomena, thank you so much. Thank you all for being with us.
Pleasure.
And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.
Fabulous Friday.
Fabulous Friday. Bye bye, everyone.
Ciao.